It's fucking horse! When I was a kid, this used to be one of my favorite TV shows. And as a kid, I always wondered what it would be like if they made a live-action movie as this. But it wasn't until I was in high school when they finally did. Did anybody even give a shit about Inspector Gadget by then? It hadn't been on the air for years, so kids didn't know what the hell it was. And all the kids that did know what it was were now in high school, so they weren't gonna go see it. So was this a smart idea for Disney to revive a cartoon that had been long past? Well, let's take a look. This is Disney's Inspector Gadget.
Good morning, Officer Brown. Very well.
Our movie starts off as Officer John Brown, played by Matthew Broderick, is on patrol in Anywhere, USA. A bus is speeding downtown uncontrollably when he comes to the rescue. Yeah, it's a little cheesy and corny, but this is based off a cartoon, so I'm not gonna be too harsh about it. He ends up saving the day, but in reality, it's just a dream he's been having.
Any cop would have done the same.
Having another hero cop dream, Uncle John.
Every time I close my eyes.
So wait a minute, he has these dreams all the time? And then he tells his niece? What the fuck? Regardless of that, it's in this opening scene that actually ruins the entire movie.
Well, look, I know that Nicole's dad is a lawyer and Kim's dad is a dentist, and I just didn't want to embarrass you with your friends.
He has no confidence. That's where the writers fucked this entire movie up. Inspector Gadget was always so confident, that's why he got in stupid situations.
Don't worry, Chief. I'm always on duty.
He was so ignorant and confident that he would always be fucking shit up without even knowing it. That was part of the charm. This guy's just a giant pussy. Then there's Brenda, our love interest of this story, who's trying to create the Gadget technology with her dad. John coincidentally is a security guard at this science lab and just creepily watches her all the time. And then when he does go to ask her out, he totally pusses out again. This is also when our villain of the story, Sanford, comes in to steal the Gadget technology from her and her dad. Seems like this movie's going a little fast? That's because it is. They try to cram a shitty ass story in like an hour 15. Kind of feel bad for those Walmart employees who probably had to watch this on an endless loop for 3 months straight. So John decides this is his chance to be a hero and tries to chase down Sanford to get the Gadget technology back. Which leads into probably the worst product placement of all time. Are you fucking serious? It even has the jingle in the movie? Well, after that horse shit, John tries to arrest Sanford, and we get to see our devastating villain for the first time.
Fine work, Mr. Security Guard. You got me. Here. Have a victory cigar.
The villain is a pussy too? What happened to fucking Claw?
I'll get you yet, Gadget. I'll get you.
Now that's a badass villain.
How about Captain Claw?
No. Or Santa Claus.
Just Claw. One word.
Well, this asshole ends up becoming Claw just by naming himself that. And also, this movie has Andy Dick in it, so it loses a couple points just for that. At the hospital, John is in a full-body cast and probably should be dead, when Brenda, the mayor, and the chief of police decide that they're gonna create him into Inspector Gadget against his own fucking free will. That's a little fucked up.
No!
Anyways, he gets over it pretty fast, and the meat and potatoes of this movie is exactly what you would think. Just him using his gadgets in stupid situations. Like ripping this guy's nuts off. And this part also super pissed me off.
The Gadget Mobile.
Well,
For you.
That is not the Gadget Mobile.
Good morning, Riverton. Hey, who's in the car? I was alone.
Seriously, it has an attitude? How did you fuck that up? The old Gadget Mobile was sweet. It was a minivan that turned into a DeLorean. How kick-ass is that? Instead, we get a Pimp-mobile for some fucking reason. Well, Claw finds out that the foot he stole is pretty much useless, and that he actually needs the Gadget chip to make any gadget technology work. So he decides to build an evil Inspector Gadget to take away the threat of Inspector Gadget. This doesn't make any sense. Why would he even think he's a threat? All he's done at this point is save the cat. Smash Mouth? Really? What the fuck demographic is this movie for? So Penny is the one who realizes that Sanford stole the foot, which doesn't make any sense again because Inspector Gadget saw him. Since Brenda is now working for Sanford, or Claw as you might have it, Gadget tells her that she's in terrible danger and needs to get out of there now. He goes to try to retrieve the foot to prove that Sanford is indeed guilty. I mean, this is a pretty shitty plot, right? The whole movie is about a robotic foot. Well, he fails and ends up getting kidnapped by Claw. And they start exchanging some of the worst dialogue ever. Like this, for example.
Oh, how cliché, Inspector. I think somebody's been watching too many Saturday morning cartoons.
Pretty shit, right? Claw and his Goonies just throw him in a dump. I mean, Jesus, was he really that worthless? I mean, if anything, wouldn't you reverse engineer the guy to figure out how he works? I guess the evil Gadget is good enough because he seriously starts fucking up the place. Like, look at this carnage and destruction. Well, Gadget gets back up on his feet and decides it's time to take care of business. Starting with the evil Gadget. They have this kind of duel on the bridge of the city, but it's just so stupid. It's a series of random events going on, and then to finish him off, he just pulls his pin and his head falls off. What the fuck is that? Claw in this movie is supposed to be a crazy smart scientist, and he builds a flaw like that? I know it's nitpicking, but from this point in the movie, we still have not seen Gadget do anything cool with his gadgets.
Go Gadget Chopper.
Okay, that's kind of classic, but still. In the final confrontation of the movie, Claw kidnaps Brenda to hold her hostage. That's when Gadget shows up to save the day. They have this random helicopter fight where Claw's just really whining the whole time. He's not really even fighting. Anyways, Gadget uses this pin, shoots it into the helicopter, which makes Claw's claw malfunction, and they all have to bail out of the helicopter. But luckily, Gadget uses his tools for him and Brenda to float down to safety. On the other hand, when Claw floats down, he gets caught up in the Gadget Mobile and taken to jail.
This is not goodbye.
I'll get you next time, Gadget! I'll get you!
I'm glad they put that line in the movie, but still not as good as...
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
And that's Inspector Gadget. So my final thoughts on this? Now, I wasn't expecting a great movie, I understand that. But how does a movie have everything that it should, but fuck everything up at the same time? They had all the elements of Inspector Gadget, but didn't utilize them the right way. And this may sound stupid, but it's way too cartoony. I mean, the first Ninja Turtles movie isn't anything like the cartoon. The best way I can sum it up is that this was so close, yet so far. I give it a chick doing backflips off a building out of 10. Stay tuned next time for... don't forget to comment, subscribe, and join us on Facebook at Facebook/neckbeardreviews.